greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt Wrestling Recap with Survivor Series in the rearview mirror and a major return, actually a couple major returns. Let's get right into a jam-packed episode of Monday Night Raw. What did you think about the show, Matthew?
What did I think of the show? I think it was absolutely fire. Now, let's say Nashville, Tennessee. It's where Monday Night Raw took place. What a crowd. They are definitely amped up, and I think we all know why. So let's jump into it. All right, there's been speculation how the show's going to open and how it's going to end. It was between two stars, Randy Orton and CM Punk. They ended up having Randy Orton kick off the show. I think this was a smarter move, to be honest with you. I really anticipated the main event, basically. He was happy to be back. Posed for some picks, man. He was unstoppable looking, dude. I'm just stoked he's back. You know what I mean? Especially after a War Games match. He brought to the microphone to the crowd in Nashville. He has some unfinished business. So the Bloodline, including Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley came out by herself. So he has unfinished business with the Bloodline. Rhea Ripley comes out saying that Judgement are the new faction, basically, that's taken over this company. Orton really didn't care. And he said, Daddy's back. The crowd went crazy. All right. It was really cool to see Rhea Ripley in the ring with Randy Orton. You know what I mean? But a really cool, I guess you could say, segment there. But the way it ended, it actually happened with Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough, I think, attacking Randy. Dom scurrying out of the ring before anything else could happen to him. But RKO to JD. Crowd was going nuts. Randy Orton challenges Dominic to a match tonight. And hopefully Adam Pearce is going to make it official. We'll get to that. I think you'll know the answer. So, Tag Team Turmoil, that was the name of the game for tonight. Everybody was pumped up for it. This was the 15-minute mark for the first 15 minutes of Monday Night Raw. This was awesome. This took up basically the full hour of the commercial-free episode. DIY eliminated Alpha Academy, and then they eliminated Indus Sher, so they lasted 2 rounds. And then the Creed brothers come in. They eliminate DIY. All right, so then the Creed brothers have another matchup. New Day's next. New Day, man, I love them, but it's just not doing it for me. I'm not saying I'm getting tired of it, but I am at the same time. It's just bland now, and I think they need something new to spice some things up. And Creed brothers take the win over that, and then defeat the last team, which is Kaiser and Vinci of Imperium. This was an awesome first hour, commercial free. Now we know who we're going to take on, the Undisputed Tag Team Champs, the Creeds. This is very awesome. I'm super stoked for them. And before I want to get into, well, I guess we could say our next matchup, I want to talk about R-Truth, who went backstage. Jelly Roll was back there. This was all from earlier on with Jelly Roll in a quick segment for the Tag Team Turmoil match. R-Truth was back there, just pissing off Judgement Day, eating a thing of Jelly Rolls. It was so funny.
Dude, that was the big return that we didn't talk about. We talked about Randy and CM Punk. The one that I'm happy for is R-Truth. Uncle Jimmy's back, man. He's ready to go. I thought it was a great way to open up the show, man. Commercial free for the first hour, and it was jam-packed.
I'm pumped. Jam-packed, head-to-toe. Cody Rhodes out next. Beautiful promo declaring himself as the first entrant in the Royal Rumble here in 2024. Crowd was so into it. I think we all know where this is going to go with. Shinsuke Nakamura comes out of nowhere, right? So the arena went black. Lights come back on. Shinsuke's right next to him, and then distracts him and sneaks up and blows some red mist into Cody Rhodes' face. This was interesting. I guess Cody Rhodes is the victim for Shinsuke. I don't want to say it's a downfall. I really thought it was going to be CM Punk the way they were playing that off, but I can't complain. I really can't. I see this as another speed bump in the path for Cody Rhodes, and I see what they're doing. Why not have it with Shinsuke Nakamura? It makes total sense. All right. This is something that, wow. You know, when I think this year, 2023, is when a meat match has come into play. Really.
Wade Barrett was going nuts, dude. What do you call it? The battle
of Bronson Reed. Okay, this is just holy cow. I didn't know who should get the win here. And Triple H, he knew exactly what to do. Match got ended in a double count out. Bronson Reed was just thrown through tables or onto one of the ring crew guys. Oh my gosh, they were just brawling everywhere. And I was super stoked to end the double countout because it means we're going to get more of them, and they're just building up a nasty feud for these two. And it's just good.
Oh, absolutely. And I could listen to Wade Barrett talk about the meat men all night, dude. It was hilarious. And I thought it was the proper thing. Like you said, it was just perfect. It made both men look strong and it continued the rivalry. So A+ booking on Triple H's part.
A+ booking on that part. And also let's talk about women's division. This was an A+ here. Backstage segment between Zoe Stark and Nia Jax ends up in a singles match, which happened here on Raw. Nia Jax, man, she is relentless. I guess we could say she's just the powerhouse, man. Nobody could stop her. I know we're going to get to Rhea sooner than later, but this was all right. It was expected. Jax scored a pin. Stark had a good showing. I will say that. They gave her that. But Nia Jax, she's undefeated. Before we go into more women's action, let's talk about Seth Rollins quick, who comes out to give a promo. Before we could say too much, the crowd just chants for CM Punk. He calls Punk a hypocrite, basically. The shots have been fired. This is going to be incredible to see how it plays out. I'm going to be honest with you. He continues to talk about who his next challenger is going to be. Drew McIntyre marches to the ring. He's not happy. He basically wants Rollins again, and I can see why. He's a changed man, Drew McIntyre. He sees what he did, but he wants another shot. And then Rollins reveals, actually, that's not going to be the case right now. It's going to be Jey Uso next week, per Adam Pearce. Jey Uso, man. He comes out to McIntyre after McIntyre headbutts Rollins. This is going to be interesting. What if Jey Uso dethrones Seth Rollins? It's not going to happen, but bro, they'll swerve us so bad.
Oh man, I really like this though. It kept the rivalry between Drew and Jay going, and then it gave Jay a shot at the championship, man. I love that Seth is a fighting champion. It's exactly what we need on Monday Night Raw, and I can't wait for next week.
Yep, I cannot. And you know what? Everything is feeling hot. It's feeling heavy. What we need next was some women's action. That's what I was promised to talk about next. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven against Natalia and Tegan Knox. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, don't forget, they're the women's tag team champs. This is a good showing for Tegan Knox and Natalia. It didn't do it tonight, unfortunately for them. But Piper Niven, the powerhouse she is, she helped Chelsea Green, who was literally thrown into the barricade by Tegan Knox and Natalia. That was a hard bump, but Piper Niven picked up her boots and she took the W for them. Still your women's tag champs. Before we get into the highlight of the night, let's talk about, I guess you could say, I hate to say it, but it's the second highlight of the night. Randy Orton, who was taking on Dominic Mysterio. JD encourages Dom, of course, just to get back in the ring because Randy Orton's messing with him, dude.
Beating his
He's not
ass.
Rey Mysterio's son lightly. I'll tell you that, number one. And Dominic knows that. He's going to show off because, hey, I'm a friend of your father's, man, and you're his son. I'm gonna show you how we do it in this business. Jelly Roll was sitting in the front row with JD McDonough going up to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll pushes JD McDonough, then pushes Dominic Mysterio. Bro, it was awesome. And then shakes hands with Randy Orton. It was a incredible matchup. Definitely a showing for Dominic. Viper comes in and pulls out a nice RKO and scored the win. Dominic Mysterio must be proud of himself. He looked great here. He sold everything well. He's going to be a certain type of addition to, I guess you could say, this company once Rey Mysterio really sends off. But he's doing some good work. Main event, what do you think?
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Oh, boy. All right. The way he opened his promo looks like hell froze over. I can't get that out of my head. Triple H, Instagram, it all makes sense, man. It's just awesome. Love how they did that here. Big CM Punk chant going, man. Crowd is feeling it. He said, we never forgot him. He didn't want to forget himself. This is where he belongs. He said AJ's doing well, basically sending her regards. Everybody thinks she's coming up at the Rumble. Don't know. That would be pretty dope. Put her back in where she belongs. But we'll see if her body will allow her to do that. Punk is looking good. He is. He took a shot at Seth Rollins, just a little bit, nothing crazy.
Starting that feud, man.
A little bit. I was expecting a little more, to be honest with you, but he said he's home, And when CM Punk says his home is WWE, a light switch turned on in his head. He is going to hopefully be a changed man. This isn't going to create any issues backstage. But I think this was, of course, a tedious decision. But I think it was, in the end, it could have been a very smart decision for WWE. And I do believe if Punk is a changed man, this is going to be good for business. But we'll chug along, and we'll see everybody for SmackDown on Friday. I cannot wait. And Bash and Berlin, that's going to be a premium live event on Peacock. Just hearing about that, bro, that's awesome.
WWE making some big moves, man. Let us know what you thought about the returns of Randy Orton and CM Punk for sure. Let us know what you guys thought about the episode. Always like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys Saturday with a SmackDown recap. Until then, peace out.
Ciao.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.